Hello, Lisa Richard here with Loving Energy Recharge. Welcome to Inner Alchemy. Inner Alchemy is a blend of the teachings of human design, the gene keys, and incorporating some tools as a more than existing Lightworker coach. We're following the turning of the mandala wheel, and we are in Capricorn season. So Capricorn season brings us into the 10th house of career and public image. It is an earth element, and it is very much dropping us down into the foundation of ourself to really look at the root issues in order to then support the growth that is required as we are planting the seeds now to then flourish within the springtime. So we're also in the season of winter, and winter typically, when it is reflected out into Mother Earth, shows us the image of the tree that is bare. It is the tree that has called all the energy back into itself to then bring it down to the earth to help create a strong foundation and to really start to cultivate and to repair all of the things that has transpired throughout its year. Now, if the tree out in Mother Earth did not call back her energy, it would perish. It wouldn't be able to withstand the storms that are naturally occurring within life. It wouldn't be able to reassess and to know where areas need more nutrients and more energy within itself. So having those times of rest and relaxation are essential to our growth. When we look to Mother Earth and the teachings of the fourth season as an opportunity for ourselves to mirror what she is trying to teach us and to come deeper within to ourselves, to then get to the root issues of what is causing the weakness within our own foundation, and to use the winter season as a time to repair, to replenish, to really get clear on what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, what creates the health and the vitality within. This is how we're really going to start cultivating, lighting the inner fires, the fires of the hearth of you, in order to not just support yourself, but to support the family, the community, to really then start increasing the vibration in the energetic field around you, as we are all going through an ascension process. Now, as that mandala wheel is turning in Capricorn season, we are in what is known as the Gate of Joyous Vitality. This is gate number 58 if you're using your human design birth chart. And you can stop by my website, lovingenergyrecharge.com. Go to the human design tab to create your free chart and watch the complimentary videos. That gate 58 is found literally down in our root center. And we're going to be down in our root center until about January the 10th. We are opening up all three of these gateways in the root center that are drawing energy from the splenic center. So what does that mean in terms of energy? It means that you are in a time frame right now where you're really starting to feel the energy, the pressure of stress. And that stress is there to help you to evolve, to be more healthy. Now, if we allow stress to consume us, stress has a lot of negative health effects. And we live in a world around us that creates a lot of pressure to be something, to do something, to acquire something. We are taught to compete against one another. When you allow your eyes to retrain itself and to look out to the natural world, look out to Mother Earth, look at the relationships within ecosystems. Every single thing in Mother Earth is at service to each other. It is only humanity that is pulled away from that natural state of being and has fed the illusion of separateness, competitiveness, all for one, right? Or not all for one, but each individual for themselves, instead of working together as an all for one healthy ecosystem. So when we look at this gate of joyous vitality, and it's interesting that it opens up on December the 25th and it leads us through until about December the 30th. When we look at that as a gateway, in our natural vibrating essence, we have a natural sense of joy. And that joy you may have witnessed either within yourself or within others. And it really does come as this laughter that just kind of fills you up and it overflows and it's contagious to others around you. So you may be that person that just has that big laugh and then other people will laugh at your laugh. Or you might just have that awe and that magic where you see something and your excitement then gets other people excitement. You might know somebody who carries that energy. The holidays, when we look at it through the eyes of children who are not caught up in the financial drama, the expectations, the work involved with the magic of the season, but they're literally just in the energy of the joy and the magic and the awe that is being created from the world around them. And they have that anticipation, that excitement that something magical is going to happen. Well, that raises the vibration of the collective energy. So December 25th, the holiday of Christmas, generally has a joy vibration on that day because more individuals are focusing on creating joyful moments, creating joyful memories, making time for family and friends, being a little bit kinder, a little bit more generous. And we do feel that as a collective energy. Now, like any energy gateway, there is always a shadow, which is a low vibrating energy, and there is a gift, which is a higher vibrating energy. And the teachings of the gene keys, which takes human design even further, really that offers us the inner alchemy component, which is getting to know what the shadow energy is so that we can recognize it within ourselves. And most importantly, what that gift aspect is so that we can create more of the gift to naturally then transform and transmute that shadow energy. Now, we live in a duality, so you're not going to get rid of the shadow energy. You're going to feel this vibration within you. But what happens as you awaken, as you ascend, as you mature within yourself, is you recognize the energy, but you don't react to the energy. You become more mindful in your choices and in your decisions, and you choose because you have free will to reach for the gift. And sometimes it's really hard to reach for the gift because we have habitual patterns that keep us in our comfort zones. We create things that we like. We create a program that helps us to interact with the world around us. We like things that are predictable. We don't so much enjoy going through change, but yet change is occurring all the time. It is only ourselves that create these illusions and create the comfort zones. And even though the body is screaming at us to pay attention, we become so good at distracting ourselves that our mind then overrides the wisdom of the body. So Capricorn energy is really here, and it's practical energy. It's hardworking energy. It is driving us down to the foundation of ourself, the root of ourself, to have those very honest conversations. So you're going to feel the pressure of stress. You're going to feel this pressure to be healthy. You're going to feel this growing desire within yourself to change. So how does that appear as shadow energy? It appears as the vibration of dissatisfaction. And perhaps you are feeling for yourself some energy in that dissatisfaction. Maybe the holiday season didn't occur the way you had imagined it was going to be. Maybe something happened with the dinner itself. Maybe somebody wasn't able to come to participate. Maybe there were behaviors in there that really kind of didn't resonate within your heart. Maybe you were dissatisfied because you recognized that you ate too much food and the body just kind of feels that heaviness right now. Maybe you have an awareness of perhaps overspending or creating something that just kind of fell flat. Perhaps you didn't get the gifts that you were really hoping and you had set your heart on. So there's no right or wrong about this. It's not about looking at things through the eyes of judgment. It's about really being honest with yourself and noticing how these vibrations, this dissatisfaction come into play. And most importantly, what is it saying to you? Because a lot of times we'll feel the dissatisfaction and we'll go into a complaining. The mind will jump in and it'll create all sorts of justifications as to why you are right, why that dissatisfaction should be there. And we feed into more dissatisfaction. The gift in here is all about vitality. Vitality is energy. Energy is your life force, is what we use then to go out to do our jobs and build our communities and support the family. So that life force energy, your vitality, your health and your well-being is essential. And if you're not willing to look at where your dissatisfaction is coming from, and more importantly, how it's encouraging you to make choices and decisions that will support a healthier version of yourself, then you are continually decreasing your vitality, siphoning off your joy. And what we want to do is open up the heart, open up the self to invite in more joy, to bring you back to that natural childhood laughter, that deep belly laugh that just overflows and is contagious and is picked up by others. You will know when you come across somebody who has a lot of health and vitality because they just glow. They have this auric field around them that just welcomes other people in. So there's opportunities in this energy to really look at the energy of dissatisfaction for yourself, to get really clear on the areas of your life where you're feeling dissatisfied, and to start breathing into your heart, breathing in to invite in the energy of air, of communication from the higher self, not the mind. The breath connects to the higher vibrating energies so that you can start inviting in more joy, more vitality. Start calling back your energies. Start creating your happiness in the present moment. In the teachings of the Gene Keys, Richard Rudd states for us that as long as you see happiness as belonging somewhere in the future, you're never going to get it. It's never going to be created because it's always something that is seen as external from yourself. So as long as we're waiting for the someday, or when I have enough, when the kids are grown, when this happens, whenever we're placing that away from ourselves, you're essentially putting it on a top shelf out of your reach. Happiness exists now. Joy exists now. And so does dissatisfaction. What matters is, what are you attuning to? Are you training yourself to feed in that energy of that dissatisfaction because there's a real issue in there that unless addressed, it just keeps festering and festering? Are you missing out on all the potential moments for joy and happiness because you're worrying so much about issues that require attention, or issues that are beyond your control that are asking you to hand over to a higher power? So by being aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your health, your vitality, paying attention to that energy of dissatisfaction, really starting to create more joyful moments by yourself by asking the attitude of gratitude to come to the forefront. Yes, things get on our nerves. Yes, other people can irritate us. Yes, the world has a lot of things that require fixing. But if we focus on what is going right, what we appreciate, what we love, what we enjoy, you're feeding that into your magnetic field. And when you feed things into your magnetic field, you're inviting in more of that energy. So this is your opportunity to really start creating more gratitude, more awareness into the things that you enjoy, the things that light you up, bringing your energy back into yourself. And then as you fill yourself up, then you can travel down to really be honest about those areas of dissatisfaction. You can ask yourself some of those harder questions. And if you'd really like to have some tools to support you, I am offering a free 1-1 portal using your human design chart on December the 30th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can sign up for that event on my website, lovingenergyrecharge.com. It is your opportunity to create your human design chart, to look at the turning of that mandala wheel, to understand deeper the energy of Capricorn, to walk through the 1-1 portal, which is New Year's Day. January the 1st is the 1-1, which essentially is a time for new beginnings. New beginnings means being willing to go to the foundation of yourself to look at the root. You can't have a new start if you continue to bring old baggage with you. So this is a real conversation using your birth chart, giving you some tools to do some self-reflection and inviting you to participate at a deeper level as we go through the turning of the mandala wheel. Now, I do want to pull some cards for us to end out this reading, and we are using the Energy Oracle cards. These are by Sandra Ann Taylor. And, I kind of felt like, why not go to the energy cards if we're in the energy of bringing in more vitality for ourselves and really asking, what is it that we need to focus on at this time? So we're pulling 3 cards. They do represent the mind, body, spirit connection. And we'll take a look at what the reading is for you today. So in the mind, we have it in upside down, and it is card number 11. So how fitting that we're talking about the 1-1 portal, the opportunity to walk through a gateway, to have a brand new start. And here we're receiving a card in protection, meaning we have to change our focus. If our mindset is all on lack, all on what does not help us to bring more joy, all about the discontentment, then we're not focusing on what we truly want to create. So it's the awareness that the pressure we create in the form of stress on our bodies, on our hearts, comes from the mind. It comes from the pressure that we put ourselves under to be enough, to have enough. But what is that enough? So one of the questions that I have for the group coming into the portal is, who were you before you believed that you were not enough? Because the child comes into the world enough. Then we get conditioned over. Then we start becoming something other than our true self. So when we stepped into Capricorn season brought us directly into the center of the self, into the love of the self, back into who you were when you were first born. That individual trusted in life to have its needs met. So can you change the mindset to see life as bountiful, as things as abundant, of knowing that there's more than enough for everyone. We have to do the work to clear things out of the way, to reopen up those energetic flows, to allow those things to come in. So if you're wanting to have certain objects come into your life, if there's no space in your budget, if there's no space in your home, if there's no space in your awareness for them, how can it arrive? So it really does create an opportunity for us to be realistic as to our behavioral patterns, our spending patterns. How much stuff are we holding on to? How much time and energy have we really created? How serious are we towards manifesting those things that you believe you want? In other words, are you setting yourself up for success? A lot of us have New Year's resolutions, but are you setting yourself up for success? Coming into the body, we have another card in protection. This is a 4. 4s talk about the foundation of ourself. And this card in particular is all about a happy family. To have a happy family requires everybody to work together to the best of their ability. So if you are somebody who tends to do things for everybody else at the expense of yourself, you are being asked to really reconsider your actions. And we want to look at things through the eyes of love and the eyes of empowerment. Empowering others to be the best versions of themselves requires each and every one of us to claim the responsibility for our actions, for our behaviors, and to do the work necessary to support the change. So if you are so fixated on somebody else changing or helping them achieve their goals, you're not first creating that foundation of you. When you know who you are, when you are at peace with yourself, when your body is relaxed, when your foundation is strong, then you are in a position to support others. So it is not selfish to first work on yourself. If anything, the family benefits. The family benefits when you are healthy, when you are joyful, when you are energetic, when you are present. The family does not benefit if you are in the energy of dissatisfaction, if you are stuck in worry, if you're stuck in the doom and gloom, if you don't have any energy. That is a lethargy that comes by giving away too much. So we have an opportunity here to really tune into the body, to build a foundation, to create more happy moments by first getting clear on what brings you happiness, what brings you joy. What does a healthy and vitality look like for yourself? What does that feel like for yourself? Our final card in this reading is from the Spirit Connection. And here we have card number 38, the 4th chakra, which is Archangel Raphael. And this is the energy of the heart. So Spirit is drawing us back into the heart of the matter to approach this new year, these new beginnings, this season of Capricorn, the foundation of yourself with love. Being honest with yourself, having the conversations that need to transpire. And that doesn't mean with anybody else, that means with you. Being willing to get to the heart of the issue, to look at your dissatisfaction and to really go deep enough into it to say, you know, what is it really? What is really asking me to change? What is really calling my attention? What is really moving me in direction of being more healthy, instinctually knowing what that is for myself? And how can you invite more love in to support yourself on the journey, to come back to knowing that you've always been enough? So we have some beautiful cards here that are leading us. The root of our reading was all about victory. And victory is achieved, success is achieved when we are willing to bring together that mind, body, spirit connection. Everything works in harmony when we pull it all together. So if you're stuck in your worries and you're not listening to what your body's trying to tell you, if we're not breathing in to relax the body and to relax the mind, how does our inner spirit rise us up and out into those greater possibilities? So we have some beautiful energies that are supporting us at this time in this gateway of joyous vitality, in the very real conversation of looking at your dissatisfaction and inviting more opportunity in to focus on joy, focus on gratitude, increase your life force energy, your vitality. Your body instinctually knows what is healthy for you. You don't need a plan. You don't need to punish yourself. You don't need to restrict yourself. Tune in. Tune in from a place of love and listen to how the body will guide you each and every step. I'm sending you all so much love, and I look forward to welcoming those who are going to be joining in the 1-1 portal through the teachings of human design on December the 30th. And you can register for that and find out more information on the event page within my website, lovingenergyrecharge.com. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.